Hello guys, this is Jacko from MuddyTigerOutdoors. Today we're going to make a little paracord bracelet, and this is something very simple, something that I found on YouTube, and I just want to share with you the way I make these paracord bracelets. Stick around. Alright, so what we're going to need here is approximately 10 feet of paracord. 550 paracord is my choice. We're going to need a lighter. We're going to need scissors, and we're going to need a buckle. You don't have to have the buckle to make one of these paracord bracelets, but it's my preference. This is what I like to have. It's a lot easier to put these on, and you can find these pretty much in any kind of hobby stores and any arts and crafts places, or even on Amazon. So these are very nice, very cheap buckles, and they actually hold pretty good. I've never had one fail on me, and I've made many of these bracelets. What you see right here on this side of the screen, it's actually the tripod that I'm using for the camera to be able to hold this view, so don't mind this right here. Alright, so we're going to start with one end of our paracord, and this is, like I said, this is about 10 feet. So what I did, I doubled it up and I cut it in half. So we have two strands of 5 feet. So we're going to take our buckle, and I don't know if you can tell, but this is a curved buckle. So the underside would be this, and this is what goes like this on your wrist, and this is the top side. So the concave goes on your wrist side. So we're going to put this from the top. We're going to feed from one side. It doesn't matter which side. We're going to feed both ends through here, and we're going to pull them. It doesn't matter how much you pull them, but at the very end, I like to make just a simple knot, nothing too tight, just something that is going to hold in place. So I like to just kind of push it all the way as far as it'll go. Alright, so now that we've got this part right here, we're going to take the other end, or the other two ends. We're going to feed them through the opposite side of the buckle, just like this. Same. Alright, so now that we have these fed, we're going to try to pull them all the way okay. We've got this end right here, and we have this end right here. Now we have something of a loop right about there. Now it's probably a good idea just to kind of measure your wrist at this point, just to kind of see if we're getting it right, if we're getting the right size. You know, at this point it's not very important to get it just right, just to kind of get a rough idea of how much material you need to give yourself. And to be honest, with about 10 feet of material, you'll have a lot of leftover. I like to give myself plenty of material to, you know, in case I messed up, or in case I don't have enough. It's always better to have more than to have less. So now that we get to this point, I'm going to go ahead and undo the buckle, and we're left with something like that looks like this. Okay, now this is when we start the weaving process. So I'm going to grab both long ends, and I'm going to spread them out to the sides, and then we have this right here, which is going to be the core of the bracelet. It's going to be right in the middle, stretched out. The idea is to weave the material, or the paracord, around this all the way down until we have the desired length. So let's give this a try. Now we're going to make a C. It doesn't matter which side you start. I tend to start on my left side, which is this one right here. So I'm going to make a C, and when you make the C, you're going to put this on top right here. So the C is going to curve around, and it's going to be on top of your core. This is your core right here. Now this side, we cross it, we put it underneath, and then we feed it from the underside of the C. We pull it, and we have these two loops, one on each side, and then we tighten up. Alright, so after we got the first one, we should end up with something that looks like this. Now, because we started our C on this side, then we're going to alternate. The next one is going to be on the opposite side, and that's how we're going to continue. So if we started with our left, we're going to make the next one with the right. Again, we make a C, or this time it's going to be the opposite of the C. The opposite side goes on top, underneath, and then we pull it through the C towards us, and then we tighten up. Okay. Now the next one, because the last time it was this, now we're going to start with our left, or continue with our left. Go across, pull it through the loop, and then out. And every time I make one, I kind of like to make sure I double check, just so that it's looking the way it's supposed to be looking. This is what we've got so far. Okay. Now, if at any given point you forget which one you've done, or which side you just completed, keeping in mind you have to alternate. You go from left to right. Take a look at this. If you have your material in your hands, just take a look at this, the last loop that goes on top of everything. That's the side that you're going to continue with. So you make your C on that same side, and tighten. Now this is what we have so far. This is the underside, this is the top side. This is the side that is going to be showing when you're wearing the bracelet. Now once again, if you get confused at any point, if you forget which side you just finished, just take your bracelet, look at it from the point of view that you had it last time, which in my case is always going to be the underside of the bracelet. Top, underside, buckle it up, and just kind of see where the buckle is. So unbuckle it. This is the underside. So here's the last loop that I did, the one that goes on the sides, on the edges, and the last one is, in this case, on the left side, this side right here. So that's the side I'm going to continue on. So once again, we make the C, the opposite side goes on top, and it wraps underneath, and we pull it through the loop. Right about there. Okay. Alright, so this is what we should be at this point. We should have a very definite pattern from top and bottom, or top and bottom. Okay. At this point, we can go ahead and undo the knot that we did at the back of this at the other end. Just kind of stretch it out and see how much more you need to weave in order to fit you the way you need it to fit. So you can always pull the tension here, make it smaller, or pull it to make it bigger. Keep in mind, you always want to have at least an inch of material on the opposite end, the last part of the bracelet, because that is going to be weaved in to the rest of the pattern to secure it in place so it doesn't come undone. So let's go and finish it up. Once we get to this point, we're pretty much satisfied with the length of the bracelet. This is where we're gonna finish it. So we got this last piece right here. We're gonna give ourselves a little bit of room, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn this up like that. So these two ends, loose ends with the buckle, we're gonna turn it this way, and then we're going to start weaving on top of this, and that's how we're going to secure it. So we make our C here. This gets a little tricky because there's a lot of pieces to work with. Just like before, same type of knot, and we secure it tight. And we still have space for another one. Make another C. Through the loop. And there it is. Alright, so that's how this end is going to look once we get with the last weave. Okay, now we have 4 ends that need to be trimmed. What I like to do is I like to make sure they're nice and taut. And we're going to clip it. We're going to clip it as close as we can. Right there. Now we use our lighter, and we're going to burn the tip very carefully, not to burn the rest of the bracelet. We're going to burn it to where it starts to melt, and then we press it in. Right there. Now it's very secure, it's not going to come undone. We go to this other end, same thing. Clip. We're going to burn it to where it melts, and then we secure it. Now these two, I like to clip them both at the same time, like that, and I try to get them as close together as I can. Then same thing, we're going to burn them. Melt them a little bit, and then we press them in. And I like to meld these together so they secure together. Alright, and there we have it. Here's what it looks like once we're done. Nice little buckle there. Very easy to do. It only took us about 10 minutes at the most. Super simple. You can actually do these without the buckle. All you have to do is make a loop at the end, or leave a loop at the end, and the other one you're just going to tie it in a round knot, so you can feed the little knot through the loop. I'll probably make a video because it's slightly different but not too complicated. You really don't have to have the buckle. Okay, there we go. As you can tell, it's big on my wrist. "10 feet's enough, more than enough for a full-grown adult." Pretty cool. Alright guys, well there you have it. Very simple and easy to do. The Paracord bracelet. You can do these in whatever color of your choice. Buckle, no buckle, whatever you prefer. Yeah, pretty simple. Well, like always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.